Nataka tu uchokoza wa Maasai sasa, hebu jaribu uwe wanyama. Unaona hii? Nitakumalizia tu hapo ama nikusitaki.
Hii usiku iliyopita masebra ilikuwa inalala hapo kwangu kila kitu, sababu si wa Maasai tunasemanga umbu hakuna tofauti na simba.
I personally have not killed a lion to prove that I'm strong, but I have killed a bigger lion.
Imagine going to sleep or waking up fearless of the fact that there is a possibility that you could be attacked by wild animals. All right, we are at Nashulai Conservancy, where the community has come together, given up their land just to live with animals. I'm not just talking about cows, sheep, goats or dogs. I'm talking about wild animals. This is Life 360 and my name is Robbie Omondi. I take you through human-wildlife interaction. The point is to eradicate human and wildlife conflict. Now, this is not just any conservancy. It's actually the very first one created and run by the Maasai community themselves. The same people whose ancestors have lived on this land for centuries. They know its seasons, its animals, and the delicate balance of life here.
Nashulai Conservancy is a very important community story, because I would say it is the first conservancy to be established by the local community themselves. So the conservancy is actually now celebrating its 10th anniversary. We started it in 2016, and basically what we did was to come together to save our land, which contain all our stories for living, because the Maasai community is one community that is still keeping their culture very dear, and the culture thrives only if land is there. And so about 200 families came together, and they brought their individual parcels of land into a collective and agreed to share the space with wildlife. So Nashulai in our language means a place where the spirit of the people and the wildlife come together into a common song. It's a coexistence. You know, it's a story, I would say it's a story of possibility, because usually conservancies have a different approach. Conservancies, especially the fortress conservancies, move out people from the land so that tourists can come in to enjoy pristine landscapes without people. But Nashulai actually has demonstrated that it's possible for coexistence to be there, people and wildlife living together harmoniously. And actually it's a no-brainer, because the Maasai community has always coexisted. I mean, I remember even as a young boy herding cattle in the savannah, walking, to school. There were herds of wildlife in the plains, and it's a normal thing. We coexist with wildlife. We don't hunt. We conserve them. Yeah.
In return, the community earns a living through land lease fees, jobs, and tourism. In fact, 80% of the employees here come directly from the local Maasai community.
Well, that's very important. And what we've done is community engagement at our level, involving the elders, the women, and our youth. So we normally have public participation and, hold meetings regularly. We call them barasas. We sit under a tree and explore the issues and challenges that we are facing as a community. Often we have cases of human-wildlife conflict. Sometimes you'll find that, wildlife, lions or hyenas infect bomas and, kill livestock, which the community really treasures. But then we have realized that we are now milking wildlife. Wildlife is a very important resource that we need to take care of. So public involvement and participation is key. We have a council of elders who guide our conservancy, and women are in the leadership, and then we have also young people who patrol the land to ensure that illegal activities such as illegal grazing or poaching does not take place. So what the community has really proven is that given the leadership and given the resources, they can actually provide the ability to steer their own future.
That means when you visit, you're not just supporting wildlife, you're supporting people too.
So basically, what would you say has become better when it comes to having a community that is now trying not to move away so that wildlife can be, but to be together and to make sure that conservation of wildlife is done by the people itself within the environment so that the coexistence becomes easier? Yeah. What are some of the steps that you have done to ensure that the community also understands where you're coming from and the concept behind coexisting with wildlife?
I would say that the community here has really changed positively ever since the Conservancy was started. Before the Conservancy was established, people lived under very severe poverty-induced conditions. People lived on less than $1, 100 shillings per day. Before we started the Conservancy, most of the community members don't even have bank accounts. But now they have bank accounts. At the end of the month, they are able to earn an income because the Conservancy basically pay lease fees to lease the land from individual members into a collective. So each family member earns an average of between 10,000 shillings, depending on the size of land, all the way to even 35,000 shillings, depending on if they have a full share plot within the Conservancy. So we have seen also employment opportunities going to the local people. The Conservancy employs rangers that come from the different families in the Conservancy. It employs young people in our tourism ventures, such as this camp where we are at. We have also established a college within the Conservancy to train young people, not only from the Maasai Mara region, but from the whole Narrow County, from the whole country. So, but especially we are targeting the local youth to give them opportunities to serve in the multi-billion-dollar industry that is in the Maasai Mara. We have a big tourism industry, more than 500 hotels, camps and lodges in the Mara. In the past, they never gave opportunities, employment opportunities to the local. They would bring all their employees and stuff from far away because there was a claim that the local people did not have the requisite skills. But we are changing that through the college. So we are training tour guides, we are training hospitality staff, we are training conservationists and rangers, and skill building them so that they can fit into the big tourism industry. Actually, there is a policy in our county that the local tourism industry should employ at least 80 to 90%.
Tourists across the world come here, and every visit means food on the table, school fees paid, and a stronger community. But there's one thing that Moses says you should never do if you don't want to annoy the Maasai community.
Mimi naitwa Moses Njapit. Mimi ni dereva guide wa Nashulai Conservancy. Tunaleta clients hapa akuja ona wanyama ambayo tumetenga Nashulai, tumetenga mashamba akwe park ya community na Nashulai ni conservancy ambayo anaangalia community, na jina ya Nashulai ni kuchukua wanyama ya pori na wanyama ya nyumbani, na watu wakae pamoja, tunalinda pamoja na nalala pamoja na nakula pamoja. Hakuna mtu nahamishwa kwa Nashulai aende nje, but like now this side hii ni ya wanyama, alafu hii side ingine na wanyama ya nyumbani na watu, lakini anakula pamoja. Alafu ikikuliwa mnyama ya nyumbani like cows, like kondoo, sheep, the whole animal from home, na Nashulai anakulipa double. Kwa hivyo wanyama tunaangalia mzuri, hatutaki. Unajua sisi wa Maasai zamani tulikuwa na nini wanyama naua, lakini sasa hiyo hebu jaribu uwe. Unaona hii nitakumalizia tu hapo ama nikusitaki, kwa sababu sasa tumejua faida ya wanyama ya pori iko na faida, kwa sababu wageni anataka kuja kuona. Unaona? So ukitaka tu uchokoza wa Maasai sasa, hebu jaribu uwe wanyama. Tunalinda wanyama kwa sababu wanyama anatulinda. Anasomesha watoto wetu, na huyu mwenye wale wenye wametoa Nashulai saa hii anajua faida ya wanyama ya pori, wanyama ya nyumbani na watu. Na Nashulai hawezi pugusa watu, anawaambia tokeni kwa hii shamba muende muishi kando ama muende mahali ingine.
And then there's this amazing spot right here called the Hide. It's basically a water pond built by the community during the dry seasons. It's like the neighborhood water cooler. So right here where we're heading to is a very special spot, a place where animals come to drink water. It's just nature's best friend, a place where not only animals but visitors, especially the tourists who come here, sit still and watch the zebras, antelopes, animals that just come to ensure that they quench their thirst. What makes it even special is that the people living around here have curated a space that enables quiet and a space where they ensure conservancy, human life, wildlife meet in the same spot.
My name is Abraham Kyo. This is Nashulai hide. This is the first hide in the Maasai Mara, in and out. This was meant for wildlife. We have a pond. Guests came here to our hide to relax. They watch animal drinking water. But you found during the rain season, the number of animals coming here drink water to a pond are less, because they have water in different streams. But found during the dry season, a number of animals, they come here drink water, because ponds is always this fill of water. Also found that each and every time different animal came at a time, and we have a record of animal for every day, time they come, the number. So we record each and every day, because we have 2 cameras here that will monitor what's coming at this time. We have the big camera outside that will monitor around the pond what's coming, even if there's no anybody here. So it's just monitoring. And another camera is now us here, workers. We are here throughout the day, night. We just see what's coming, so that we can record what's coming at this time. So this is a nice place for you. Welcome.
Visitors just sit quietly and watch nature unfold a few meters away. Honestly, it's magical. What I also love is how Nashulai has changed traditions in a positive way. Back in the day, young Maasai men had to kill a lion to prove their manhood. But today, the rite of passage has been replaced with education, a shift that protects wildlife and empowers the next generation.
So Nelson, you've mentioned you remember there's some things about you being a young boy that you remember living in this community. What is it that you would say is different from you growing up as a young boy, as a Maasai boy, knowing that before becoming an adult or even being pronounced to be a man in the Maasai community, for instance, you have to kill a lion. Did you do that? And what do you think about it now, looking back when that was a cultural practice that you had to go through?
Oh, well, so culture has its place in history. So there was that lion hunting, and the purpose of it was to prepare the young warriors to defend the community from all kind of dangers that used to exist. It was to prove that you are strong enough to defend the tribe, to defend the family. So nowadays we have replaced that tradition with education. The younger generation is now going to school, and therefore that strength that was applicable towards hunting in the past has been replaced by accommodating education within the community. So I'm also a product of education. I personally have not killed a lion to prove that I'm strong, but I have killed a bigger lion in terms of mobilizing the community to create the first indigenous-led conservancy. That has become a proof of concept, and it is not an easy thing, especially given all the challenges that exist. If a native person is the one who is spearheading that idea, because often to create a conservancy or that kind of infrastructure requires a lot of finances, a lot of resources, and usually those resources are not at reach by the local people. So I would say that this is a new lion that we have to conquer.
The community really runs deep here. Elders guide conservation, women are involved in cleaning rivers and sustainable projects. And as residents, Ole Sapur told us poachers don't stand a chance. Anyone caught hunting faces the law because the people themselves are now the caretakers of wildlife.
Naitwa Ole Sapur na mimi ni mzaliwa pande hii ya Maasai Mara na nimelelewa pande hii na wanyama na kila kitu iko Mara. So mimi ninaishi ndani ya Nashulai. Na Nashulai tulianza mwaka tuseme 2016 kwa tarehe 1 mwezi wa 3. Hapo ndio tulianzia kukaa kama Nashulai. So Nashulai tunaangalia vitu 3 kwa Nashulai. Ya kwanza tunaangalia area iwe mzuri, tuseme environment iwe mzuri. Sababu area yetu ikiwa mzuri, wanyama watakuwa na uhuru, sababu tuko na ng'ombe na mbuzi na kondoo. Na tunaishi pia na mandovu. So wakati tuliform Nashulai, tulikuwa tunasema kila mtu asifence shamba yake aweke waya, ndio mandovu asikose mahali ya kupita na pia simba asikose mahali ya kupita. So mimi nikiongea nikiwa moja yetu ya wale watu wanakaa Nashulai, ninakaa katikati ya Nashulai. Lakini Nashulai wanyama ziko. Hata leo usiku ya hii ya leo tunaongea na wewe, hii usiku iliyopita masebra ilikuwa inalala hapo kwangu kila kitu. So tuliona tutapata manufaa ama tuseme faida, sababu tunajua ndovu ikitembea na tupatie freedom ama simba ama mnyama yote atu ya msitu tutapata, sababu itafanya watalii kweje kufanya nini, akuji hapa, sababu wageni wetu analalanga Oldar Point na anaenda ku conservancy kuona wanyama. So tumefurahia sana.
Sasa baba, umetaja mila.
Yes.
Kitambo kidogo mlikuwa mna hunt.
Yes.
Na hiyo hunting ni part ya mila yenu, si ndio? Ilibadilika wapi ndio muache kuhunt, muishi na wanyama bila kuwaumiza?
Hapo awali kidogo ilikuwa Wamasai, tulikuwa tuko karibu mara 2 ndani ya Wamasai. Kuna watu ambaye kazi yao ni kuua wanyama na kukula nyama, lakini imefika wakati ambaye hakuna. Siku hizi hata tunachukua simba kama umbwa tu, sababu si Wamasai tunasemanga umbwa hakuna tofauti na simba, sababu sisi tunaweka wote, sababu hata simba inatufaidi na pia ni kama ile umbwa iko wapi, iko nyumbani.
Na mkipata mtu mwingine mwenye anaua wanyama,
tunastaki hata ukijaribu kuona ndani ya kila conservancy, sababu Mara mzima tuko na makonservancy mingi. So kila conservancy iko na scout, wale waskari ambaye anachunga wanyama. Hata mnyama akia pengine, unajua hata wanyama anapigana wenyewe kwa wenyewe, utaenda upate ile yako na jiraha, tuna report immediately kwa KWS, madaktari kuja angaliwe na ichungwe. So sasa hii msito yote unaona ya Mara hakuna mahali scout haiko. Kila conservancy iko na wafanyakazi wake ya kuchunga wanyama.
Na ya mwisho ni nini mnaweza taka mkuwe supported nayo ama ifanywe ndio iwasaidie kuishi na wanyama vizuri zaidi kushinda venye iko sahi?
So ile kitu mimi nitasema, kitu ya kwanza, tukipata wafadhili, tuseme wale watu ambao wanaweza kutushikilia mkono, tupate pesa ya kuajiri watu zaidi, sababu utaona kuna maeneo zingine wanyama wataanza kuwa inaumia bila kufikiwa, unaona. So tukienda tupate angalau wale watu wanaanza kutushikilia mkono, hii mambo ya wanyama itaenda hata zaidi ya mwaka ingine 40 iko mbele. Yeah.
And the results speak for themselves. The only real challenge now are space and finances, as the Conservancy tries to balance the growing needs of both people and wildlife.
How many animals do we have at this conservancy
as of now?
Yeah, we have lots of animals. I would say we have the largest concentration of giraffes that you can find anywhere.
Okay.
Probably 200 giraffes who call the Conservancy home. We also have resident zebras. Remember, some of the animals are migratory, but others reside permanently in a given area. So we have lots of zebras and wildebeest that reside in our area because they have been pushed by fences. There's a place called the Loiter Plains. It used to have its own internal migration, but then the land was subdivided there and fenced off, and most of those animals have been pushed into our conservancy and other neighboring conservancies. We also have about 25 elephants that are always moving through our territory. We have a pride of 17 lions. We have leopards, a bit elusive, but they are there. We have seen cheetahs also. Basically, we have seen a tremendous change. When we started the conservancy, there were not that much animals. There were not that many animals, not at all, because of poaching. But then, within a very short period of time, I think there's a way that wildlife can sense that there has been a shift in the attitude and approach by the community, because no one is harassing the wild, no one is hunting, no one is, and the animals, wild animals, fought with their own feet. They moved into our conservancy, then they move about between the conservancy and the neighboring conservancies and into the Mara Game Reserve.
And they're comfortable.
Now, it's good that you mentioned that you're incorporating the locals, up to 80% of employment. And I think it's a good thing because, again, the local community and the people here understand the culture better, they understand the land, they understand the animals, and they're able to implement what they're taught and
Exactly.
what they learn
Yeah.
if they're included,
Yeah.
rather than bringing people who
Yeah.
don't understand what
Yeah.
has been going on around here,
Exactly.
and you have to start with them from scratch.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to know, to be able to sustain all this, again, there's the financial strain, there's the policies that you have to adhere to in terms of county regulations, maybe devolution has affected some of the things. How do you ensure funding comes so that the operations can continue running appropriately? You ensure that the youths are included, to ensure that the animals are taken care of, because again, let's say an animal has been injured or they need attention. How do you ensure that?
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good question.
So it's a big challenge running a conservancy, especially a model such as the one we have here in Nashulai. Because in the sense of the word, we are not a typical wildlife park, which can attract tourists who are going to pay a lot of money. Because our conservancy has people living on the land. That's actually the story. That's the beauty of the conservancy. We have actually proven that it's possible to integrate humans and non-humans within the ecosystem. And there's been a proof of concept. But again, there are challenges. How do you sustain it financially? So what it means is that you need space from the communities. So you need to involve people. You need to lease land from the farmers to create a conservancy. So it has been a challenge. And especially, as I said, the bigger NGOs that fund conservation in this part of the world would usually fund other types of conservation, and we are left to struggle. So in the past, we have turned to the social media through crowdfunding to raise funds to support the conservancy. So we've been supported by people. Someone sacrifices $5, $10, something worth a cup of coffee or a sandwich, and they would, instead of having that sandwich or that coffee, they would donate that money to a conservancy like Nashulai. But then eventually we also need to sustain ourselves because of donor fatigue. For you to be able to appeal to the population to support you, you need a very David and Goliath kind of a story, which Nashulai has been, but by and by, we are now just trying to finance our own story through tourism, through the camp, through the Nashulai journeys, and through education. And through education, we have the educational center where we are educating the youth.
And as I stay here at Oldapoi camp, for me, Nashulai is living proof that conservation does not have to push people aside. When the communities are empowered and culture is respected, people and wildlife can thrive together. And standing here, I can tell you, it's working.
So she's saying that we are in the conservancy, which is Nashulai Conservancy, and we are having people there, animals like livestock and the wildlife. We are not doing poaching anymore. We are looking at the wildlife and taking it very seriously.
As women in this village, are they scared for themselves and the children when wildlife sometimes come to the village?
She's saying they are not afraid because we are very close with the wildlife, and when they come to the village trying to take our cows, the conservancy will have some money to give to the community, so there is no reason to fight back. So they are not afraid anymore.
So I would like Mami to tell us which is her favorite animal in the wilderness.
She's saying she respects the wildlife, so she loves all.
All the animals.
Yeah, but her favorite animal is lion.
Lion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So she respects the animals.
Thank you so much.
So, if you're ever in the Maasai Mara, make sure Nashulai is on your list. You'll feel the heartbeat of the community. You'll just not see animals, but you'll see a community that protects them.
What's the best thing and the worst thing about this conservancy?
I would say the best thing is the fact that the community has proven that they can be leaders. They are not always leaders, they are leaders. They are leading.
Okay.
It's a proof of concept.
Yes.
Ever since we started, we have won global recognition. Recently, we won an award from RRI, the Rights and Resources Initiative.
Right.
In Africa, we were the sole representative of the African conservation efforts. And globally, we joined two other winners. So globally, there were 3 winners. And Nashulai was number 1 in Africa.
Wow.
And among the 3 globally recognized out of 200 nominees who are considered for that award. So it's a testament that indigenous people, indigenous people are the guardians of the vanishing ecosystems. They are the warriors. Yes. The young people, the women, the men, and they need to be supported. So we are proof of possibility. Aside of that award by RRI, earlier on we won the UNDP Equator Prize. All right. Okay. Again, showing that indigenous people can do great things with the support of our county government, national government, and the global community.
All right.
And we have conserved wildlife, preserved our culture, and reversed poverty.
Wow.
So I would say those are the greatest efforts that we have been able to achieve as a conservancy. As to the worst, well, I guess every success story has its drawbacks.
Yes.
I would say the worst is, there's a challenge. It's a challenge because there is resistance.
Okay.
Resistance because our story sometimes does not resonate with everybody.
It's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it's different. But as Mahatma Gandhi once said, first, they ignore you, they laugh at you, and they fight you, then you win. We've gone through all that.
I don't think there's anything else to add to that, Nelson. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you.
And I believe many more people would want to understand and to see what actually goes behind conservancy.
Yeah.
When it comes to interaction between humans and wildlife. Thank you very much.
Asante.
All said and done, and as we end our trip around Nashulai Conservancy, we come out with a call to action saying it is possible to end human-wildlife conflict. This is by ensuring that people living in these areas and the animals can peacefully coexist. Robbie Omondi, Life 360. Until next time, peace out.